Barry was a black man, born in a small village in the United States, but he had always possessed an adventurous spirit.
Hello now, welcome once again to the YouTube channel. Listen, we're gonna check out this video because this video has gone viral on Facebook of all places. And the discussion is are these people racist? That's what they're saying, right? I want to examine this video because I got into a discussion with somebody on Facebook. And I was like, man, I had to give him a piece of my mind. 'Cause I'm like, you must be out your mind, buddy. But anyway, let's share some thoughts at the end. Let's check out the video, and then I want to hear from you asking the question: Is this video proving that these people here are racist? Because what it shows is a black man going around grabbing people's hands for help, but watch how it goes about and watch the people's reaction and ask the question, they answer the question then, are these people being racist? And then they're gonna flip to a white girl who is blind and look at the reactions and then tell me, are these people being racist, stereotype? Are they prejudging him and so on? Let's find out.
Barry was a black man, born in a small village in the United States, but he had always possessed an adventurous spirit. One day, he decided to embark on a journey to Italy for a social experiment that would shed light on a deeply ingrained issue in society: racism. He meticulously prepared for this experiment. He wielded a white cane and donned opaque glasses that concealed his sparkling eyes. He then began to descend the steps of a bustling staircase. Barry could feel the disdain in the gaze of some people passing by, not even sparing a compassionate glance. Racism was there, palpable, in every refusal to extend a helping hand. He struggled to contain his emotions, but he knew the experiment had to continue. Returning home that evening, Barry couldn't help but think about all the people who had chosen to ignore him. He knew that racism was still a scourge that plagued society, but he held on to hope. Barry was convinced, we are all of the same race, the human race, and he was ready to continue fighting for a world where love and mutual support transcend prejudices and racial barriers. Barry was
Okay, so here's my question: does this video prove that these people are racist? Does this video prove that these people are racist? So this is done in Italy. Um, as you can see from the audience, I haven't seen another black person here. This does say a lot. So there's a perspective. It looks like this is a lot of different race. You can't say they all just white. So there are Hispanic here, there are Arabian here, they are There could be some Japanese as well. I saw a number of them. So there are different types of people, ethnicities here. Some people were nice, some people were not. Does this video prove that these people here are racist because they did not want to grab the hand of a black man who is blind and assist and help him? Is this racism? The answer is no. This video proves nothing. And part of the argument I had with someone, they were saying, well, what about the white girl? Well, first of all, she's a girl. What do you think? Listen, man, people naturally sympathize with women because of the fact they are women. And being white doesn't really change the fact that she's a woman. She's cute, she's beautiful, and she's reaching out for help. Most people, especially men, they will grab and assist, even women too. So there is that judgment that's already preconceived. Okay, you can't do nothing about that. That's called being human. This is one of those videos that I will say is somewhat similar to this video here that really brought trouble to the town. You remember the video holding a Black Lives Matter sign in America most racist town? So this is done by Rob Bliss. I had criticized this video as well because he didn't show the whole picture. For example, so this is Harrison, Arkansas KKK headquarters. That's what it is referred to. And in that video, this man was holding a sign, Black Lives Matter, and he got a lot of, let's just say he was vilified with the sign. Now listen.
About 10 minutes, I'm gonna be back. You better be fucking gone.
Okay, come back.
What about the white lives? We matter too. You're a white man. Crazy.
You're a dumbass motherfucker. You dumb shit.
The question now was, oh, this is so racist that these people are talking like that. First of all, you know what Black Lives Matter represent, right? Do you know what Black Lives Matter represent? It's a racist, it's a Marxist movement that is very much anti-American. Okay, it doesn't care about Black lives, by the way. So the idea is that, so these people are not racist because of that, because simply you holding a Black Lives Matter signs, that proves something. First of all, the way you go about it is the problem here. The problem is that you go to somebody's town, you're holding a sign that starts with an insult. And then when you get a reaction, you say, racism. So think about it. Here is a man walking around holding the hands of people he doesn't even know in a city that he's not even from. And he is grabbing their hands without asking. And then when the people have a reaction, either from fear, not sure, I'm skeptic, it could even be stereotype. It could even be racism, if you want to say that. But to put racism as the only reason why they are reacting like that, that's just farce. That's just so like unthoughtful. That is another one of those victim mentality thing. It's not fitting the whole picture. Here is another problem. We have. So think about the different elements here that we're talking about, right? Different people, different ethnicity. I don't see any other Black people here. Some of the parts of the video show different people are helping him. I don't know what their skin color. I don't know if they're white. I don't know if they're Hispanic. For you to say a person of different race not willing to help a Black man who comes to you out of nowhere and grab their hands, if you call that racist, I say you're trying to be a victim, man. You claiming victimhood here. This is the cult of victimology. You got to stop doing that, because that's not what racism is. If this is the racism you're looking for, that's not what it is. I will say this is stereotype. This is fear. This is people who are not sure. These are people who say, I don't know, you stay away from me. It's just what it is. This is a natural human reaction. And the other thing is, why isn't he grabbing the hands of Black people? Think about that. Some Black people will be skeptic of him too. There are some Black people who will be like, yo, bro, I don't know who you are. Get away from me. This is just us being human. And I think the cry for racism here is one of those things you can't play this card. Like people who are consistently making videos like this, or obviously they do have a motive in mind. They're not really trying to help the nation. They're just trying to divide the nation. They're not really trying to put a message in a positive way to address a real issue. I think videos like this is more divisive, um, because there's a lot of people in the world today who do not think that way. For example, this man here is a good example. So how many more other men who did something like this were not included in the video? How many other black people who probably refused to help were not part of the video? And again, remember, there's a perspective here about black people that we also have to be honest about. All right. So you don't have to like it, but it's true. When black people, we are the only minority group, somewhere about 13 to 14% of the population in the United States, and we commit over 40% of the crimes. And we have the largest incarceration rate in the country. So do you expect people of different race not to have a preconceived notion about us? Like, are you serious? Like, if there is the perspective, black people tend to be violent, right? Because they're committing a lot more crimes. When you watch certain videos, you notice a lot of black people are attacking white people more than white people are attacking blacks, right? It's true. It's out there. So you don't think people are going to be careful? But now, it's bigger than skin color. For me, and again, I've gone to both black churches and white churches, and we have a West Indies churches we were a part of. I'll tell you what their perspective were. So these are people, West Indies, some of them are Haitian, Jamaicans, some of them, we even have some Italians there as well, different Caribbean folks, okay, right? You know what their perspective is about black people? The same thing that these people have. Their perspective is like, yo, I don't know who you are. You might be a thug or a gangster. You're trying to rob me. Like, it's true. It's just what they think. Why do they think that? Well, because society shows that. And in some cases, some of it is true. Some of it is true, right? It's not true for all black people. Amen. Praise God. But that perspective is out there, especially when you see the people that are committing the most crimes consistently on television. Who? Doesn't mean white people ain't doing anything wrong. They do crimes as well in proportion to their ethnicity and depending on where they're from and the different degrees of crimes as well. We can say white people commit most of the mass shootings, right? And white people commit crimes toward other white people, right? But when you look at the blacks that are committing crimes toward blacks in their inner city crimes and how pervasive and common of a thing that is very like understanding why a person who is not black might look at you and say, bro, I'm not sure who you are. Get away from me. I don't care that you're blind. So this video proves nothing to me. It's not racism from my perspective. I look at this and I said, this is just funny. This is somebody's production trying to put a view out there that I say the world is not going to benefit from, period. There's nothing in here that I think we need to make a big deal about. Again, living in the United States, and I know this was supposedly recorded in Italy. Living in the United States, I'll tell you what, we hear the cry for racism all the time, but it's not that serious, man. It really is not. If you do what you need to do, you stay out of people's business and you handle your business, people will love and support you. Let me say this. I'm a black man married to a black woman with 4 black children. We have 2, we are fostering 2 other, so we have 6. And the girls are Hispanic. And the other thing is, I am the assistant pastor of a church. 70% of the members are white. The rest of black and Hispanic and other cultures as well. We have a few mixed cultures in there. But you know, the last thing we ever speak about in church is racism, skin color. Nobody even cares. And the other thing you also need to keep in mind, like I have a YouTube channel right now that's been demonetized, right? And most of the people that are supporting and loving and caring for me are white people, right? Why? Not because I'm black. It's because they find that I bring something of value to their lives. They find that either something I say or the way that I say it or whatever I communicate to about, they can connect with it. So therefore, they support me. You know who is not supporting me? Black people. You know who vilify me online? Black people. You know who call me a supposed racist, or I'm supposedly kissing the behind of a white man, or because I love Donald Trump, or I talk about Jesus Christ, I call the worst names in the world. You know who does this to me? Most of them are blacks. Now we have some whites who do it as well, but they're more like Democrats and liberals. But the vast majority of those who are supporting me on a monthly basis, they go on my Patreon and they're supporting, they're putting their money where their mouth is, they are sending for the movement. So we have videos coming like this. All of them, from the communication that I'm having, all of them are white people. So help me to understand, how racist is this country when a black man on a YouTube channel, right, who is a black pastor in a church predominantly white, gets love and support and care from people that are white. They don't see his skin color. They love the word that he speaks about. How is that racist? Like, you have to really help me out, because I'm not in that mindset, because I'm not experiencing this racism you're talking about, because it doesn't exist in my worldview. Okay. So now let me know, help me out, help me to understand the logic. For me, is like, listen, man, I just love you for being you, who you are, and I don't care about your skin color. All right. And I will wish you look at me from the same perspective as well. I know I have a really difficult time claiming victimhood. I'm a free man. I'm a black man. I'm a Christian man. And being a Christian, we cannot be a victim, because victory is already found in Jesus. And people who are claiming to be victim, they're also denying Christianity. This is not to say everything that goes wrong to a black man is acceptable. I'm not saying that. What I'm saying is that the consistent pattern of weeping and crying and calling racism about everything, even a single video that takes away a lot of context to call racism, it just look weak, man. That makes us look incompetent and pathetic. And I think we need to stop. And I think as black people, we are better than that. We should be stronger than that. Having the history that we had, we should be among, in this nation, black people should be among the strongest people, because we've been through some of the worst thing that ever happened to any other race, right? And I think especially Jews, Chinese as well. Chinese are doing exceptionally well, right? These people have been through it. But look how well they're doing as a culture. I'm just saying, as black people, we should look at what happened in the past and use it as motivation to build our cities, our culture, and our families in the country. But I think crying and weeping about racism of today, it makes you look weak. It makes you look pathetic. Okay, it makes you look incompetent. It also shows that you either lack common sense and you are controlled and motivated by fear of man instead of the love of God. You do not have the power to overcome, to stand firm on your 2 feet. Why do you have this perspective? That should be the question. Why do you think that way? Because the media told you so. Why do you think that way? Because the movies, Hollywoods keep telling you that you're a victim. Friends, you're not a victim. You're a victor. You can rise, but you have to choose to think differently about your circumstance. You can either be mastered by your circumstance, or you can be the master of your circumstances. It is a choice that we all have to make. For me, I choose to be a victor. Being a Christian, I cannot be a loser. I'm a winner if I'm on the side of Jesus. So for me, I can never sit here crying and weeping. Bad things happen to me. There's a lot of things that happened in my life that I could look at and say, maybe that was racist. But you know what it's not going to do? It's not going to dictate my mentality. It's not going to control me. It's not going to overpower me. I'm going to bow my knees and pray and rise, and I'm going to look beyond, because God has called me with a holy purpose. I have a mission. I have a vision. I have dreams. I have children, and I need to teach them better. This guy is not a victim. That is my choice. Now, you can choose to be a victim. You can do that. Not me. So listen, man, I say that to say this. Thanks be to God, which gives us the victory through our Lord Jesus Christ. We have to choose to live a victorious life. And that goes beyond skin color, by the way. White people too. Oh yeah. Hispanic too. Oh yeah. I think each race to a degree have a different level of victimology that they have to wrestle with. I think black people have it the worst. And the media want us to remain in that state of victimhood so that they can consistently pander to us and give us handouts so that we never rise and actually stand firm for what we believe. So we keep voting blue no matter who. But when we choose to be victorious, we choose to look at the world differently. We choose to live a life that is right in the sight of God. It's over. Anyway, I wanted to share this with you guys. I don't mean to be so chatty. I wanted to hear from you, share your thoughts, okay? So let me know what you think about this video. Have a good one.